So when you turn on the film on the Cavs' most recent acquisition, Chuma Okeke, one thing that kind of stands out is his ability to play the passing lanes defensively. This man, when given real minutes, can use every bit of his 7-foot wingspan to muck things up for opposing offenses. It has led to him racking up a ton of steals when he sees the court. Take the 2021-22 season for example. Chuma racked up 97 total steals for an average of 1.4 per contest across 70 games. He did so in about 25 minutes per game. He actually had the 17th most in the NBA that season and 5th most among players who played 2,000 total minutes or less on the season. It was really impressive stuff from an NBA sophomore at the time. Many of those were the result of deflections, something he can generate a high number of if given enough opportunities. He was 34th in total deflections during that season and 15th among players with 2,000 minutes or less. That 7-foot wingspan I mentioned helps, but so too does his awareness. He has always seemed to have a good feel for where the ball might be moving to next. It's this intuition that has helped him make plays defensively. And to be frank, he's been doing this stuff since his collegiate days at Auburn. He managed to rack up the second most steals in the SEC conference with 69 total back during the 2018-19 season, and funny enough, he actually finished that same campaign with the SEC's 13th most blocks as well with 46 in 38 games. These helped lead Chuma to garnering the 4th best defensive rating in the conference at 95.2. I say all this to say that he fits right in from a defensive standpoint, and though his minutes and opportunities throughout the past few seasons have dried up, he remains impactful on that end when given an opportunity. Take his most recent opportunity at the NBA level for instance, a 7-game stint with the Philadelphia 76ers in which he looked ready to finally contribute efficiently, putting up averages of 6.9 points, 6.1 rebounds, and 1.9 assists while shooting 55.4% from the floor, including a very good 45.5% from 3-point range on decent volume at 3.1 attempts per contest. He had 5 steals in those 7 games, which is technically the second most of any player this season that's appeared in 7 games or less. He's opportunistic and I love that. And he's actually 31st in the G League this season in steals with 1.5 per game. Now Okeke is not what I would call a great perimeter isolation defender, having never held his opponents below 46.3% in any of his 5 total seasons and allowing the ops to convert on near 60% of them this year. Hell, B-Ball Index grades him in the 25th percentile in that category for this season, albeit on a small sample size, and he's never been graded higher than 70%. However, he is more than capable of honing his own in isolation. His interior numbers aren't really that much better honestly, but he's been a solid defender off of screens in the interior. What helps is that his thievery maybe can make up for that. He's in the 76th percentile in pickpocket rating this year. Combine that with the fact that he could be insulated here and it makes sense. Think DeAndre Hunter, who many people forgot was actually a very good defender at the college level, but hadn't looked like one at the NBA level due to the team structure around him in Atlanta and his role, which was mostly to score buckets and function as an offensive spark. Upon being acquired by the Cavaliers, he once again looked great on that end, and now he's limiting his matchups to 38.1% post All-Star on a good enough sample size to suggest that it's real. Chuma maybe could experience a similar transition, but it's not nearly as likely because of the opportunity that are lacking. Elsewhere, Chuma has been a solid rebounder throughout the course of his career, and as I mentioned before, he is hauling in 6.1 rebounds per game this season, which would be a new career high, but given the small sample size, it's best not to put too much stock into that. What you can put stock into is the fact that he's pulled down a career 3.8 per game. B-Ball Index grades him very highly so far this year, especially on the offensive glass, an area that has always seemed to plague the Cavs. Offensively speaking, I could see him being used a bit like Isaac Okoro. Cut to the basket, knock down the corner triple, that kind of stuff. Okoro is obviously a much better screener, so I wouldn't expect that type of utilization, but Okeke could help on the offensive glass, an area that Isaac has never really been great at. The moral of the story here is that he will most likely be used as an off-ball wing if he does see the floor, not somebody the Cavs are likely to trust with the ball in his hands. Overall, while I still would have preferred a big, this is a signing that I can live with. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. As always, go Cavs.